Comes down to it here, I think it should be a blowout. It really should. I like it 38 to 10 Eagles. Nice and easy. I don't got to worry about it, even though I got to go do a Sixers game that night at 7 o'clock because everybody's got to be tuning into that. I'm hoping that by the time I leave around 6 to go head into work, that this game is wrapped up underway and I don't even have to turn on Merrill or just put it on my phone while I'm driving into work for, safely.
You wonder what happened in sports today. Brandon Petrilli, he got the wave. We talking a lot with bros today. Cracking some jokes the podcast way. Goals on goals. With homers on homers. Tutties on tutties. Got moments on moments. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into Petrilli.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on the BSP Media channel. The birds are moving on. They took care of business. They did what I told you all was gonna happen. They were winning that game by double digits. I told you 9.5 last episode. Make sure you go check all out the previous videos and vlogs and everything else. But they're rolling. Yeah, the offense was a little sloppy. Jalen Hurts was struggling. We'll get to that in a couple minutes here, but this team is just good. They are just top to bottom. They're just better than the teams that they're going up against in this playoffs so far. They're better than the Green Bay Packers. They proved it. They're going to be better than this Rams team that we'll talk about in a minute here. They just have more talent up and down, and they are a better coached team. They are a better run team than these other squads out there. Talent top to bottom, and they're getting the job done. It doesn't matter. I'm getting a little tired of people saying they're winning with not because of Jalen Hurts, right? They're winning in spite of him, or Jalen Hurts isn't the guy, and this and that. What has the guy done other than win to prove that he's the guy? The guy just goes out there every single week and gives it his all and makes sure that he puts himself and this team in positions to win football games. They are winning because of Jalen Hurts. Because if you look around the rest of the league, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, Sam Darnold, all these other quarterbacks that are where a lot of people are highly regarding them over Jalen Hurts, they absolutely turned into pumpkins and showed why they can't get the job done for their teams. Where Jalen Hurts just keeps on going out, does what he has to do, and keeps on winning football games. The Eagles are just winning straight up, and it's because of Jalen Hurts. It's because of the offensive line. It's because of Saquon Barkley. It's because of the wide receivers. It's because of Dallas Goedert. And most importantly, it's because of the defense. This is a full, complete team. It doesn't matter who does it. Everybody can just go, okay, this is the AJ game. This is the Saquon game. This is Jalen's game. This is the defense's game. You can go any which way and say this guy can go and take over a game and win it for you. That's how good of a team this is. You aren't banking on Sam Bradford. Why did I say Sam Bradford? Timeout. My brain is in a puzzle right now. That was weird. Anyway, Matt Stafford, right? To go out there and throw for 500 yards to beat you, and Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp to beat you, right? They don't need Justin Jefferson to go out there and get 100+ yards and 2 touchdowns. They don't need Christian McCaffrey to run up and down the field. They don't need these situations because if one thing isn't working, they can go and lean on another amazing offensive weapon. If that's not working, okay, fine. We got a third guy. We got a fourth guy. We got a fifth guy. We got options all over the place that if one thing doesn't work, we'll go to the next. It doesn't matter. You've seen it time after time this season where the running game is on. Keep feeding it. Okay, they're stacking the box a little bit. Jalen, go ahead. Throw it deep to AJ a couple times. Get the ball down the field. Move it around. That's what they've done all season long. And that is what I expect to continue to happen. Now, I also think a little bit of the situation was a little bit on the play calling there with Kellen Moore. The route trees were all deep out routes. Let's get back over the middle of the field a little bit. Let's get a couple digs, a couple drags, a couple slants. Just get the ball out a little bit. Hit Saquon out of the backfield. I know he's had it off and on this year with that, but even get Kenny G in there to go get a couple catches out the backfield just to break up and give different looks where teams can't just go and tee up pressures and just throw 8 guys at Jalen Hurts. Give him a chance. Give him that option. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Bring it. Bring it. I'll just go right over your head. We'll pick up 8, 10 yards, and we'll just keep on moving those chains. We don't need the big plays. That's the only thing that I need to see moving forward here because the Eagles just proved last week against the Green Bay Packers that this defense is just strictly legit. It doesn't matter what's going on. They're going to get turnovers. They're going to stop the run, and they're going to lock you down on the outside. Doesn't matter what wide receivers are in there. Doesn't matter what the upside of their quarterback or their offensive head coach his mind is. Whatever schemes are coming, Vic Fangio knows how to shut it down. And then the offense is just going to pick up where they left off. They can lean on you in the run game, and then Jalen's going to, I feel, having a decent game. We'll see what the weather conditions here, but I love where they're at. They're in a fantastic spot to keep on rolling in this postseason because you got this Rams team now coming in. Oh my God, this defensive line. It's one of the best young defensive lines in the league. This isn't the same team that Eagles saw back in week 11 or 12, right? Well, let's go over some of the stats here. I talked about it on Cold One Conversations yesterday. Make sure you go check out that episode. Also, the link's in the description. But how does this sound for a defense, right? These stats for the full year, right? 26th ranked yards per game, points per game 17th, passing yards per game 20th, rushing yards allowed 22nd, middle of the pack if not below middle of the pack, right? You want to go to the defensive side of the ball on third down conversions. They're 20th in the league, right? Red zone, they're tied for fifth. So the red zone, they've been able to stiffen up a little bit. But then you want to talk about how great this defensive line is. Passes defended, 12th in the league. Passer rating for the QB, 23rd in the league. QB hits 28th. Tackles for loss, 26th. Sacks, 21st. That team does not sound anywhere close to what everybody wants to hype them up to be. They had a good game against a really, really bad Sam Darnold and a bad Vikings team that just absolutely folded when they got punched in the mouth. That's not this Eagles team. This Eagles team is true, tried, and tested throughout the whole season. When they get punched in the mouth, they figure out ways to come around and still get it done. Because when you look at it here, are they going to be able, well, the last time, right? 255 yards from Saquon Barkley and 2 touchdowns. I don't expect that. I expect 300 yards for Saquon Barkley this week with the snow coming down, the flurries, and they're going to run all over him. Probably not that crazy, but they're going to have the opportunities where this offensive line can just beat you down, maul you, and take care of business. But then on the flip side of it, oh my God, Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, this offense is so amazing. All right, total yards per game 15th in the league, points per game 20th, passing they 10th in the league, and then rushing 24th in the league. They are average at best. This offense. This isn't a high flying, powerful the Rams of old. The Rams of old where they're just going up and down the field with Isaac Bruce and Marshall Faulk and Kurt Warner. That's just not this team. We've seen it before the Eagles locked this team down. Oh, they got 20 points on the Eagles. That last touchdown, it was junkyard time, and it didn't matter in the least with Cooper Kupp scoring at the end there. The Eagles had that game locked under key, done with. The Eagles know what's coming. This Rams team doesn't have anything else to offer. You know what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to feed the ball over the middle to Nacua and Kupp, and it's going to be a challenge, especially with Nakobe Dean going out. It's a big, it hurts this defense as he was one of the leaders of that team. But Zach Bond has proven that he is an all-pro guy. You're going to need Oren Burks, who I don't hate in this situation. He has a lot of experience in the league, played in the Super Bowl last year, right? He is a guy that has playoff experience to be able to fill in this situation, and I trust him and Jeremiah Trotter Jr., where Vic Fangio, if he tells me that he believes in a guy and he has a week, if not more, the whole season, honestly, to see the talent that they have to put them in positions to succeed out there on the field, because you've seen it with guys like Zach Bond, Cooper Kupp, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. These guys, You have Nolan Smith having a breakout year. That's because of the defensive coordinator putting these guys in positions to succeed. So when it comes down to it here, I think it should be a blowout. It really should. I like it 38 to 10 Eagles. Nice and easy. I don't got to worry about it, even though I got to go do a Sixers game that night at 7 o'clock because everybody's got to be tuning into that. I'm hoping that by the time I leave around 6 to go head into work, that this game is wrapped up underway and I don't even have to turn on Merrill or just put it on my phone while I'm driving into work for, safely. So that's kind of where my head's at. I feel very, very good about where this team is at. I feel amazing with the matchups that they have potentially with the Lions. We'll see what happens in that game. But then if you want the rest of the NFL talk, go check out Cold One Conversations. That video came out this morning. Link is in the description. A little bit more breakdown of around the NFL. But the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are also in a big time situation in the national championship come Monday night. That game I'm not as confident about. Ohio State should beat them. Ohio State has the guys, they have the dudes, they have the money put into this roster, the talent. Where Notre Dame's banged up. If they were fully healthy, I'd like it a little bit better, but they just don't have the firepower. But the way Texas was able to take a punch at the start of that game and keep it close up until they failed down at the goal line and it was a scoop and score, and then that was all she wrote there. That gave me a blueprint of where I could see Marcus Freeman and that coaching staff going. We got to play like that. We got to play like how they did against Michigan. Michigan played against Ohio State. You got to go and you got to punch them in the mouth because that team's all the talent in the world, but they don't respond great to physical brands of football. So if they could keep it close and muck it up a little bit, I don't know if Notre Dame can score. I mean, we know they can't like Ohio State can, but if you can limit their scoring, I like Notre Dame's chances to keep it close. And that's kind of where I'm hoping to see this turn out on Monday night. So we're getting a win Sunday. We're hopefully getting a win on Monday. So make sure you follow along, subscribe. We'll do some reaction videos to Notre Dame on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me at Brendan Petrilli. But yeah, Birds by 30. Birds by 30. Shout out to 215. Go Birds, baby.